Have you ever been in a situation where no one was around, nobody watching, and you still chose to throw your trash into the bin instead of littering? Or maybe you told the truth even though it got you scolded, or even cost you something important. Why would anyone still choose to do the right thing when there's no applause, no recognition, and sometimes even punishment for it? The answer is one word: integrity. Let's talk about it. Here's the thing. A lot of people say, I'm an honest person, I've got integrity. But do we actually understand what that means? Integrity is not just about being honest with others. It's not just about not lying. It's about being the best version of yourself, even when no one's looking. Think of it like this. You're walking alone, no one's around. You finish a piece of candy, and you could easily toss the wrapper on the street. No one would know. But instead, you look for a trash can and throw it away properly. That's integrity. Doing the right thing without needing an audience. Or imagine you're working on a group project. One of your teammates slacks off and doesn't finish their part. You could just let them fail and take the blame alone. But instead, you step in, help them, maybe even cover for them, not because it's convenient, but because you believe teamwork is a shared responsibility. That's integrity. Well, let's go even deeper. You could lie a little to avoid trouble. You could shift the blame to someone else, tweak the numbers, or fudge a report. Nobody would know, but you don't. You choose honesty, even though it could get you in trouble. That's integrity. It's about following your conscience, not chasing comfort or profit. What many people don't realize is that integrity isn't about others, it's about you. At the end of the day, the only person who truly knows whether you lied, cheated, or pretended is you. You can fool the whole world, but you can't fool yourself. And living like that eats away at your peace of mind. Now, integrity isn't always easy. Sometimes telling the truth makes life harder. Sometimes refusing to cheat makes you an outcast. Sometimes standing up for what's right makes people mock you as self-righteous. But that's exactly what makes integrity valuable. If it were cheap, everyone would have it. Integrity is more than avoiding lies. It's about consistency, your words matching your actions. It's about keeping promises even when it's inconvenient. It's about admitting when you're wrong, refusing to gossip behind people's backs, and not justifying actions you know are wrong. And most importantly, people with integrity don't do good things for the sake of recognition. They do it because they believe it's right. That's why people with integrity often don't brag or seek attention. But quietly, they earn deep respect. You might not become instantly popular because of integrity, but over time, people notice. They say, yeah, that person can be trusted. And that's a reputation money can't buy. Now here's the part people often misunderstand. Integrity isn't something you inherit. It's not passed down like family wealth. It's something you build like muscle. You can't expect to have a strong, athletic body just because your dad was once an athlete. You have to train, push yourself, and keep going even when it hurts. Integrity works the same way. It's built from small daily choices, the ones that seem insignificant but actually shape who you are. For example, you're at work and you could easily make up an excuse for why you didn't finish your task. My laptop crashed or the internet went down. Quick and easy. But instead, you admit, I forgot. I didn't finish. That's integrity training. Or you promise a friend you'll meet them at 3 o'clock. At 2:55, you're still lounging around, scrolling your phone. You could easily show up late and blame the traffic. But instead, you keep your word and show up on time. That's integrity too. Integrity isn't built during big life crises. It's formed in those tiny, everyday choices. Every time you choose what's right over what's easy, you strengthen your character. And over time, integrity becomes part of who you are. Of course, you'll fail. You'll slip. You'll make excuses, you'll lie. You'll do things you regret. But that doesn't erase your integrity. What matters is recognizing it, learning, and returning to your values. Integrity isn't about being perfect. It's about realigning with your principles again and again, no matter how many times you stumble. And here's the payoff. Integrity gives you two things that can't be bought: respect and peace of mind. Respect, not in the flashy, Instagram-like kind of way, but the deep trust that grows quietly when people see your consistency. And peace of mind, the priceless ability to look at yourself in the mirror and know you're not pretending. That's the beauty of integrity. Even if people insult you, criticize you, or try to bring you down, they can't take away your self-respect. Because you know you've chosen the harder, truer path. And that inner stability makes you unshakable. You can't please everyone. You never will. But if you have integrity, you don't need to. What matters is that the right people trust you and that you can trust yourself. And in a world full of masks, pretenses, and curated images, integrity becomes almost like a superpower. So here's the question. Do you want to be known as someone people can trust, or just someone who looks good on the surface? Because image fades, integrity stays. Start small, start with yourself. Not because people are watching, but because you'll always be watching yourself. If this message hit you, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs the reminder. Hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe so more people can build the kind of strength that really matters. And if you want to support this channel, hit that join button and become part of our growing community. See you in the next video. Keep upgrading your mind, and more importantly, keep living with integrity.